Hi guys, I'm doing a floor-based bums, tums and thighs for you today. Let's look at positioning first of all. We're going to start with bums. So two options, and you can start like this on your wrists, but for those of you who might struggle with that, you can see I've stacked my joints, my wrist, shoulder, my hip and my knee, but I like to do it like this. I think it's just a little bit more comfortable and it stops you swinging through the back. So where your wrist is, you're going to place your elbow, and then keep the arm line open and pull your shoulders down. And don't let the back sag. Pull your abs up straight into your back lung so you've engaged the body straight away. And once you know what you're doing, put your head in line with your spine. Slide one leg out. As you do that, make sure your core's engaged. I'm going to flex my foot. I'm going to lift and squeeze. So I'm avoiding this swinging, which you see a lot of that in exercise. It's a place and a squeeze. So I'm going to go for about 8. So say that's 4. 6, 7 and 8, and that's your basic sort of level. If you want to change it up, we go half time, so it's up, up, down, down, known as 2 and 2 in the trade, and it's no greater range of movement, but I'm staggering the move, so I'm adding more control, and when there's more control, the muscle's going to work a little bit harder. If you have an ankle weight at home, you could put one of those on if you wanted to work a bit harder, but good technique really is key. So I'm going to go 2 more. Breathing in and breathing out, don't hold your breath. You could exhale it up and up, inhale down, and then take it up and hold, and it's a little pulsing movement. I'm going to pulse and squeeze. All the time I'm pulling my abs up into my back, and I'm keeping my head still. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is because if I look to the side, look, my whole spine rolls. It's not a good idea. Keep everything in line. So then we can change it up again, and then bring it in the line of the hip and make an L position, like you're holding the ceiling up with your foot. And this is a really nice one. This one gives the glute that round shape, and it's the upward move that counts, rather than a downward sort of move. See a lot of this in the gym, and you're just swinging the joint. You need to squeeze the muscle up, lift and squeeze. I'm going to do 2 more, and I'm going to take it to the hamstring, and all I'm doing is to the pit of the knee. And the reason for that is rather than taking it all the way in like this, I'm isolating the hamstring. I'm making it work. And a tight ham acts as a shelf for your glute to sit on. So this is shaped. So let's go for 3 more. Here we go. I'm working in about 8 or 10. See how you feel. And then I'm going to take it down in line with the supporting leg. And if you feel okay, if you have a sciatica problem, you could go back to this. But if you feel okay to work a sideward move, imagine you've got a spring between your knee. And this spring's hard to squeeze, and you're having to really add some natural resistance. Like breathing in, shh, there's the breath. Working the adductor, inner outer thigh. We're working around the hip. And then I'm going to go half time. 2 and 2, I'm staggering the move. And what you'll find is you'll feel the work on your supporting leg that is stabilizing. So the whole body's working here. Up, up, down, down. I'm just going to do 4 of those. It's quite strong. I'm going to take it up. I'm going to lift it, lift it, lift it. It's a little pulse, and it's the upward move rather than the downward move. 3, 2 and 1 hold, and then back to that single time. So when you change the tempo, you pull the muscle into action. Squeeze that spring up, and a nice way to release it, of course, is a nice spine release. But with the spine release, you release over the glutes and the thighs, the area you've worked, and then back to your core up. Use your core muscles to roll up. So I'm going to turn around for you, and let's have a look at options. And one of the reasons that I like this position rather than this, I see a lot of this kind of thing, this swinging and back bending. Whereas if you lock it down like this, where your wrist is, your elbow, you're on the other leg, it's stricter. You're in a nice strong stand to work from, to take that heavy lever out, and legs are heavy. So we want a safe workout. Breathe it away. And we're going to go half time. Here we go. Up, up, down, down. Changing the tempo. Staggering. Folding the muscles. It's not about you getting bored and just variation for that sake. It's about taxing the muscle, testing the muscle to make it work a bit harder and more deliberate, the better, the more control. So exhale up, inhale down. I'm going to do 2 more. Keep your head still, you know your back follows your head. Then I'm going to take it up into those little pulses. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to bring it back in line. I'm going to hold up the ceiling, and it's that upward drive that counts and squeezes. And if there's a move that you like particularly, you can do it more than one round. See how you feel. Make sure you work equally on each side of the body. Here's your hamstring to the pits of the knee. And we know this is about shape as well as strength. A tight ham supports the glute. So let's go 4 more. 3, keep your abs up tight into your back. That's a moving weight moving away. And bring it down in line. Keep your head still, and that springs back low. Squeeze that imaginary spring between those knees. It's like a concertina. Squeeze. We're going to do 2 more. And then we're going to half time it. So up, up, down, down. So by the time you're going to get to this, you should know about it. And you also know about the work you've already done on the stabilising leg. Up, up, down, down. It's going to take it up, and little pulses, lift it up. It's a bit like a doggy having a wee. It's a boy doggy, not a little girl doggy. With his lamppost lock. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then squeeze. 4. Again then, your hips in line, you're not sitting back on your bum, you've got your elbow under your shoulder. Okay, and I'm going to use my shoulder as a guide to come down, prop the head up. And then on the breath, float the top leg, bend the leg underneath into an L or a V. If you're planted on your side, you hook the foot, you brought that abductor in, and we're going to lift and squeeze. Exhale it away. Just like when you go in the gym, you push the weight away. Often people say to me, when do I breathe? Well, your body's been sinking your breath with your movement all day. Just try not to hold your breath, and generally the body will sink the breath. But if you're not sure, exhale it away. Breathing in, up, breathing out. Let's take it up, up, down, down. I'm trying to get that hook in the foot, so I really isolate the abductor muscle. And the abductor muscle, of course, wraps around into your glute. So it's all great news for shape. Try not to let that happen, you know. Pull your scapula down your back and make your core do some work. So there's lots of things going on here. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm going to do 2 more, sort of 8 to 10 on each side. If you know you're working on your own. So you're going to take this up and little lifts. Beat, not a bounce. Remember, we save the joints. They've got to last you a lifetime. And you're going to push into that heel, really lengthen right from your core and circle. It doesn't matter which way you go. So I'm circling into the hip, 5 one way, 5 the other. I'm not circling the ankle. Right from the hip, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to lift it for 4, changing the tempo, pulling the muscle. And this time I'm going to lengthen on this last one through the toe lock, keeping the muscles long. Working your core, shooting right out of your toes. And then this leg goes behind, this leg extends. You're going to prop yourself up, and you're going to put yourself into an L position there, like a bracket, support the upper body. And we're going to use this knee as a guide, flex the foot, coils engage, and we lift and lower. Looking at inner thigh, the adductor muscle. Breathing in and breathing out. And the adductor's not quite as strong as the abductor. We need some body balance, so we're going to work evenly as best we can on each side of the body. And now we're going to go half time, so it's up, up, down, down, adding some control. And usually when you start to stagger moves, you might ache a bit quicker. It just shows that you've been working. That's great news. I'm going to take it up, up and hold. Little beats, little pulses, like it's a controlled move. I'm not bouncing like this, I'm lifting it up right from my core. I'm going to hold, and let's have 4 slow. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point and lengthen. Bring it in, and you're going to roll over onto your back, ready for your core workout. So you've got this fist space under your chin. Remember, it's portrait, not landscape. So when you lift, you look up. And if you've got that fist under your chin, you can't do anything else. So as you lift with your upper curl, look up, and you're in a nice position. Shelving the head, try not to clasp, shelf, and let the head weight go into your arm line. Then do a practice lift, exhale up, inhale down. Now if you're working that upper curl properly, Looking up. Don't look at your knees like this. Domes the tummy. Look up. Exhale. And the back is allowed to be in its neutral, so don't force it down. There's 3 nice curves of your spine. And this fist space is really going to help with that. So as I lift, the lower back kisses the floor, but then it releases. Kiss and release. And if you look, I've got a little pelvic tip going on there. So in an upper curl, if you have good form, you're not only working the upper, you're working the lower. It's all to do with your head, back and pelvis being joined together. What you do with your head, look, your pelvis and your back, it will affect it. Let's go half time. Take it up, down, down. Exhale up, inhale down. Up, down, down. And you keep going until you've got that achy, burny feeling. Depending on your fitness level, some of you might get there quicker than others. So I'm just going to do a couple more. And if that's too much, go back to singles. And that's the same rule throughout the workout. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm going to hold it at the top, and it's great to hold it static. You know, can you stay there taking your hands away? Static holds are great for building strength and tone. And then I'm going to try that pulse, and I'm not going to use my head and neck, keeping it still for space. Short the breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. And let's take it back for 4 slow. Now this is where the money is, when you start to get that achy, burny feeling with your abs. So let's do that again. Take it up. 8, 7. Shorten the breathe. Try to keep it a control move. My back's kissing, releasing. I'm not moving my head lot. And then I'm going to take it back for 4 slow. 4, 3, 2. Let's do one more round. Let's make this body work. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze and hold. So you zipped, you belted, and then 4 slow. 4, 3, 2, and squeeze. And let's have a full body stretch. And we know how important that is. It should be part of everybody's midsection workout, stretching through the abdominal wall. Remember, these muscles need to stretch just like any other muscle group. And they say about 15 seconds to allow the blood flow in, carries off our fats and toxins, and re-energizes those fantastic core muscles. And then on the breath, bring it in. And you've worked front, back, sides, tums, bums and thighs. One leg in, one leg out, roll up. Or come over on your side. Good job, thanks for joining me.